Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. I would like to give a special thanks to Homestead Genesis for providing with the Genesis GV80. If you're in the market for a Genesis, you can come check out Homestead Genesis and ask for Nelson. He will get you into a new pre-owned vehicle. But let's talk about the exterior styling here of the Genesis GV80. I think Genesis did a fantastic job here with the GV80. It looks super luxurious, super elegant. I love the way this thing looks. It does have this sporty design language to it, in my opinion. Looking at these taillights here, they're full LED, even on the base models of the GV80. This also has an automatic low and high beam with an LED turn signal with an LED daytime running light. There's the Genesis wing here on top of the hood. There's also this front-facing camera. I love the large crest grille here. It looks really good here with this black exterior paint with the chrome accents. There's also front parking sensors. But I want you guys to tell me what you guys think about the GV80's front styling here in the comment section down below. But making our way to the side profile, the wheelbase here is at 116.3 inches with an overall length of 194.7. So it's pretty good proportions here with the GV80. But looking at these tires and wheels here, these are a 265/40 Michelin tires, so pretty good tires on the market. It's also wrapped in this 22-inch rim design. I love the 5-spoke finish here. This rim design looks very aggressive with this black exterior paint, also with the chrome accents. But looking here on the side fender, there's also that script, just like on the front, you have the split design here. Looking here, there's also some more of that chrome trim around the window wells, also with the roof rails there. And my model does have this large panoramic sunroof here, and there's more chrome here on the actual door handles. Large side mirrors here, and my model also has these fixed running boards. So you guys have children, they can't access the back seat because of the running boards. But making our way to the rear here of the GV80, looking at these taillights here, they're full LED with an LED turn signal, brake light, and reverse light. There's the GV80 badge here. Also, Genesis does spell the name out right there. This also has all-wheel drive. Like I mentioned from previous Genesis reviews, they need to fix this font because this thing looks like it says 4-wheel drive instead of all-wheel drive. Looking down here at the lower part of the bumper is going to be dual tip exhaust. The reverse lights live down here. There's also rear parking sensors as well. Open up the cargo back here, just press this button here. And this also has a power opening tailgate. As you guys can see, once it opens up, my model does not have that third row option, so you get around 33.9 cubic feet of space, which is a lot of space here for this large SUV. But looking underneath here, Genesis does give you some underfloor storage, and this is where the tonneau cover lives, so you can basically hide your items so no one can peek through the actual glass to see what's in your actual cargo area. And this is how you fold down the second row here. Once you do that, that expands the cargo to 84 cubic feet of space. And there's also a 12-volt here. But overall, I'm very impressed with how this vehicle looks. Let's hop into the interior of the Genesis GV80. After showing you guys the exterior styling here of the Genesis GV80, looking at the key fob here, this is a corporate Genesis key. It does have a lock, unlock, a trunk release, a panic button. You can access the headlights here, and it also has that smart park feature and also remote start. But to engage the smart park feature, just make sure that the vehicle is locked and hold down the remote start mode. Once you do that, my model does have that 2.5-liter 4-cylinder underneath the hood. But to engage the smart park feature here, let's basically move it forward here. Just hold this button down. As you guys can see, even if the wheel is turned, the vehicle will move the wheel straight. And as you guys can see, it's moving very slowly, so it won't hit nothing or anyone. And to back it up, just hold the button down. And as you guys can see, the vehicle put itself into reverse, and it is using the sensors and camera so it won't hit anything or anyone. But get into the interior of the Genesis GV80 here. Walking up to the vehicle, as you guys can see here, the mirrors will unfold, and there's a sensor behind the door to open up the door here. But my model does have this beige interior with the brown. It looks really nice here. But get inside the GV80 here. As you guys can see, I already have the AC pumping because it's like 100 degrees outside right now. But reaching over here to shut the door of the GV80, the door sounds pretty nice. And once you get inside the car, the vehicle's already started for you, which is really nice. You don't have to basically take it out of remote start mode or anything like that. But looking at the materials here, okay, I'm jamming music. Okay. But looking at the materials here, there's gonna be a nice leather material with some nice stitching. There's some aluminum trim here for the speaker covers, also for the door handle. You can also power fold the mirrors in via this button down here. As you guys can see, the mirrors will fold in and out once you press that button. The switch gear in here feels very nice to touch. It is also automatic up, automatic down for all 4 windows. It's gonna be nice and padded here. There's also 2-person memory seats. I love the wood trim here. I think this is actually a real wood. Like I mentioned, very nice stitching. And this is a power tilt and telescoping wheel. My model does not have that 3D gauge cluster. It does have a partial digital display here on the right hand side, but it does have this speed here on the left hand side. There's also paddle shifters here. The headlight stock and turn signal stock feels very high quality. Once you guys switch left or right, it does have this blind view camera, which is really good technology. And my model also has this heads up display, and there's a wind wiper stock right there. I'm not a big fan of this 2-spoke wheel design. It hasn't grown on me just yet. Over here is for the driver's assistance, which has a highway stir assist, also with lane keep assist and whatnot. So really good driver's assistance. There's also the Genesis wing here on the airbag cover. Your voice and volume controls are here. Over here is going to be the dimmer switches, the automatic start stop, the lane keep assist, the traction control, also the electronic parking brake, and the trunk release button is there. The steering wheel does feel nice to hold, but I'm not a big fan of the way this thing looks. Very gimmicky in a sense. Looking here at this large 14.5 inch display, as you guys can see here, very nice large icons. Going here to the Apple CarPlay, I have to unlock my phone so I can show you guys. Okay, if I can get my phone. Okay. Once I unlock my phone, as you guys can see here, it does not take up the full screen here with the Apple CarPlay. On this side is just the embedded Genesis navigation. You can also change it to the clock and also a compass. So you can customize the screen to your liking. The materials on the dash are going to be a nice leather with a nice stitching. The air vents are here, very long air vents there. This is a digital display down here. For the climate control, there's also 3-level heated and cooled seats with a 2-level heated steering wheel function. And there's also some shortcut buttons here. Looking over here, there's a wireless phone charger. My iPhone 12 Pro Max does fit in there. There's 2 USB ports. There's these little scroll wheels here for the volume and tune. There's a shortcut buttons here for back, home, menu. And there's also this control here, so you can basically mess with the infotainment system instead of touching it. But me personally, I do have long arms, and it's not a far reach for me personally speaking. So maybe if you guys have short arms, you probably want to use this a lot. Putting the GV80 into reverse here, just switch over to the left, and it does reveal a top-down 360 view here with your trajectory. There's also front and rear parking sensors. Click here, you guys can basically look around the vehicle, just like Porsche and BMW, if I'm not mistaken. So really good technology here in the GV80, which I'm very surprised by. Switch over here very gently to go into neutral, and do it again to go into drive, and you press P to go into park. I love the wood trim here on the center console. There's 2 cup holders here. You press this button here, you can also access the parking sensors and the camera. Switching this over to the left or right, it does reveal the drive mode selector, which shows you comfort, sport, custom, eco, and snow. So we have 5 different drive modes here in the GV80. This area here is going to be nice and padded. We're pressing this here, it does reveal a double opening hinge center console here. It is lined with felt, and surprisingly, there's no 12-volt or USB port in there. And you can slide the seat forward and back to give this passenger here a little bit more legroom and space. Above me is going to be LED lights throughout the cabin. There's also the sunglass holder here, and I'm surprised that Genesis didn't go with a suede Alcantara headliner. I'm not sure why they didn't put it here on the GV80. But to open up the large panoramic sunroof, as you guys can see, it does have the split design to it, which is really nice. It does let a lot of light and air into this cabin, as you guys can see right there. Looking at the glove compartment, it does offer a large storage. And the seats in here, they're just very supportive and very comfortable. Overall, I'm very impressed with the technology, but I'm loving this color combination here in the Genesis GV80. But overall, let's hop into the back seat and see how that compares. Getting into the back seat of the Genesis GV80 here, as you guys can see, the door opens at a really good angle so you can access the back seat, especially if you guys have little children. And my model also has this fixed running board here, and it does not have that 3rd row option, unfortunately. But getting to the back seat of the GV80 here, as you guys can see, I do have a lot of headroom here, even with this panoramic sunroof cutout. But looking down here, Genesis says you get around 38.7 inches of legroom in the back seat. I do have plenty of foot space underneath the driver's seat. This is where I have the seat to drive. There's also 2 mount pockets back here for additional storage. There's some features back here, which includes rear air vents, also with your own set of climate controls with 3-level heated seats. I'm surprised that Genesis doesn't offer cool seats here. Maybe if you guys go for a different model, they might offer cool seats. But looking right here, there's going to be 2 USB ports, also with a household outlet. And you can slide the seat forward and back to give this passenger here a little bit more space. The seats back here are very plush and very comfortable. Putting this armrest down here, it does reveal 2 cup holders, which is a nice feature. The headliner here, surprisingly, is not a suede Alcantara. It feels like a cloth material. And like I mentioned, this does have that panoramic sunroof here. There's also this grab handle here with LED lights back here. Looking at the door panel materials, nice leather material with the nice stitching. There's also this manual sunshade here to block out the haters. There's this metal speaker cover here. The switch gear back here feels really nice to touch. This area is going to be nice and padded with additional storage and cup holder space down here. And my model does have the Lexicon sound system, which sounds pretty good. And there's the Genesis name here in the actual door sill. But overall, the back seat of the GV80 here is very spacious and very comfortable. Taking a look underneath the hood here of the Genesis GV80 here, my model does have the base powertrain, which is Genesis 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. This powertrain makes 300 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. As you guys can see here, this engine bay is damn near empty because this one is missing 2 more cylinders. If you guys go for that 3.5 liter V6, that makes 375 horsepower and 391 pound-feet of torque. Me personally, I would just go for the V6 because it makes more horsepower and more torque. And as the GV80 sits here, it weighs around 4,700 pounds. Fuel economy for this 4-cylinder is rated at 21 in the city, 25 on the highway, and 22 combined. And unfortunately, as of this filming, Genesis does not offer a hybrid powertrain or a plug-in hybrid. So starting off in the 2021 Genesis GV80, guys, I haven't driven this car in nearly 9 months, believe it or not. The first GV80 I drove was at Bremen Hyundai in Miami. And that one had that 3.5 liter V6, which makes 375 horsepower and 391 pound-feet of torque. And personally, driving that powertrain, I was very impressed how that vehicle got up to speed really quickly. My model here has the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, which makes 300 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy for this 4-cylinder is rated at 21 in the city, 25 on the highway, and 22 combined. So it's pretty decent fuel economy. And as of this filming, Genesis does not offer a hybrid or a plug-in hybrid. So very surprised to see that they don't offer that. The other competitors like BMW, Audi, Mercedes, they do offer some type of hybridization or hybrid variant in their lineup, but Genesis does not offer that. And there is talk about a GV90. I have seen some spy photos that they're testing this long, I forgot the car, the Palisade. They're testing this long Palisade, basically, and a lot of people are saying that that's the GV80, the GV90, I'm sorry, that's underneath. But let's put this vehicle into a sport mode here. I'm going to floor it. Okay, so one thing I'm going to say, the 4-cylinder does not sound good, not at all. The V6 had a more, I know it had the pumped-in audio as I can remember, but the V6 got up to speed very quickly. Like I mentioned, that makes 375 horsepower and 390 pound-feet of torque. And then this is the same powertrain that's in the Hyundai Sonata inline. So I would say it's not fast in this vehicle because this vehicle weighs around 4,700 pounds. So I'm going to leave it that it's because of the weight. Because the powertrain in the Sonata inline, that thing takes off like a freaking rocket. It gets to 60 in 5.2 seconds. I think it's the fastest in the mid-size sedan segment when it comes to 0 to 60 time numbers. But this powertrain here, it makes the vehicle feel a little sluggish. So I would just highly recommend going for the V6 over this 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. But the ride quality here is just super nice, very luxurious. I love the way this thing rides. Good commanding view out of the GV80 here. You've got signal left or right. There's this blind view camera here, and my model is missing that 3D gauge cluster. It does have this partial digital display here on the right hand side. You also have this nice infotainment system here, which is a 14.5 inch display. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I love this two-tone color combination here with the beige and brown. I think this is one of the best color combos that I've seen so far in the GV80 at my local dealership here. But personally, like I mentioned, I would just go for the V6 over this powertrain because I feel like it's lacking the horsepower. I feel like it's lacking the torque because, like I mentioned, this vehicle weighs around 4,700 pounds, which is not light. This vehicle is heavy just like everything else in this class, but this is comfort mode here. I think it does have a really good get up and go, pretty decent passing power. So if you're in the highway, I would just say just start accelerating before you get to try to overtake someone in a merge lane, because this vehicle like I mentioned, the powertrain is not lethargic, but it just does not have the grunt. It does not have the power that V6 has. Starting price here for the Genesis GV80 is at $54,650 with the options and accessories, including destination. The Genesis GV80 here stickers for $65,630. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review here. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Drive1Reviews and hit that subscribe button. And I see you all in the next review.